Good morning explorers, how are you doing? Welcome to day 3 of my daily vlogs. No, actually, it's day 4. What a start. Anyway, I'm squinting a bit because the sun is out today and I've not brought my sunglasses, which is a bit stupid. And yeah, I'm going to be exploring. It's a perfect day for it today, blue skies. So let's get on with the day and let's explore. The beach here is very pebbly, as you can probably see. There's something that I didn't tell you in yesterday's vlog, and I've got to say this quietly in case somebody hears me, but my bum cheeks hurt like hell yesterday from all that cycling. And my arm aches quite a bit as well. It was sore yesterday, but it's so much better today and I feel 100%, so that's good. Something that I discovered this morning is that Napier was flattened to the ground in 1931 due to an earthquake, so they had to rebuild the town, the city, completely. In the 1930s, the design that was popular at the time was Art Deco, and that's why you can see a lot of the buildings are designed in that style. So that's a little look at the architecture in Napier. Very impressive, quite quirky, completely different than I've seen to a lot of towns and cities in New Zealand, which tend to look quite the same, to be honest. So I'm on the seafront, as you can see behind me, and I'm going to find somewhere to have a picnic. So this big life-changing decision that I made last year, it comes in 2 stages really. The first stage is obviously the round the world trip, and the second stage is me living abroad for 3 to 6 months, hopefully 6 months. And I've been doing some thinking about that and budgeting and looking at how much I've spent, as you've got to do when you're travelling. And I need to be careful a little bit with my budget. I've slightly gone over budget in New Zealand and I slightly went over in Australia, which surprised me considering I was volunteering for 3 weeks out of 6 weeks. So I'm going to have to make a few changes to my trip. Nothing drastic, but I'm going to have to do a bit more volunteering, which I wasn't planning to do. So my plan is either to volunteer in Wellington, Christchurch or Auckland for 2 weeks, and that means I'm not going to see all of the places that I wanted to see in New Zealand, and that means I've got about another probably 2 weeks of travelling around from place to place before I go and do some volunteering. I'm not too sure where I'm going to be doing that yet. I need to get that organised this week. And yeah, so that's the first bit of news. The second bit of news is I was going to be travelling in the US for 2 months. I still am going to be in the US for 2 months, but again I'm going to have to do some volunteering. Probably going to be doing 2 weeks of volunteering in California and maybe a week somewhere else, which will allow me to have about 3 weeks, 4 weeks of travel through the US from LA to New York, and then have a bit of time in New York before I go back to the UK. What's worth bearing in mind though, that's not a disaster, because all it means is I'm going to be based in one place longer than I expected. I'm only going to have to work for 3 to 4 hours a day, so I'm still going to get plenty of chance to go out exploring. So it's not the end of the world, it just means some slight changes so that I've got some more budget to be able to do stage 2. You might now be thinking, where is Darren going to live? Well, that's a very good question. I'm going to be living in Malaysia, all being well. I'm going to be living in Penang for 3 months and Kuala Lumpur for 3 months. It just feels right. I visited there, felt really at home, loved the place, loved the weather, and I'm going to be going when it's winter in the UK, so I'm going to miss all that, and I'm going to go when it's warm, not too warm in Malaysia, but just warm enough. And yeah, the good thing about going to Malaysia also is that I can just get everywhere from there. I can go to Vietnam, I can go to Cambodia on weekend trips, so there's lots of fun exploring coming up. It's time for my picnic. This is a picnic Darren style. Get some meat out, slap it on the bread. There you go, sorted. I mentioned to you a few months ago that what I want to do after travelling is start my own business and go self-employed. I still want to do that, but not with the business that I had in mind, which was marketing tourism businesses. What I really want to do is this. I want to inspire people to travel. I want to inspire people to travel around the world alone. And I want to inspire people to make changes to their life for the better. And that's what I'm passionate about. And that's what I want to do. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go to back to a 9-to-5 job, and I've no idea what the future is. And that's exciting in one part. It's also quite scary in another. I've no right whatsoever to ask you for a favour. I'm just some guy that's on YouTube uploading videos as he's travelling around the world. And many of you have been so supportive already. But I don't think without your help I'm going to achieve my goals, and that's basically to live abroad and start my own business and be self-employed. That's my goal. My gut instinct is telling me to do this. It's telling me to forget the business plan and the business idea that I had and do this. I don't know why that is. Just my gut is telling me that. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I wake up for to do. And what can I offer you in return for sharing my channel and sharing my videos and just being fantastically supportive like you've already been? I'll just continue sharing my travel experiences and hopefully educating you and inspiring you to make the best out of life, because life is short. We only get one crack at it, and we've got to live for now. Really do. I'm back in my accommodation, and this is it. It's a nice big room. It's actually separate from the main house. I'm not sure if it used to be the garage or an outhouse. I'm not too sure what it used to be, but it's a big room, a double room. So you've got a double bed. There's a single bed there. Got a sofa and some drawers and a heater, which you need in the winter. So the toilet and the shower and everything is in the main house, which is literally only a couple of seconds away. And this bit is completely separate, it's private, which is fantastic, and that's what you need when you just want to relax in the evening, which is what I'm going to do tonight. I'm sure many of you watch daily vloggers anyway, but just bear in mind that today is Monday and you'll be watching this on Tuesday. Anyway, I'm going to get off. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that it was a little bit deep today. A lot of thinking going on in my head today, and I think that came across in the vlog. But hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I shall be back very soon with a new video. In fact, I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. Take care. Bye.